you've got that problem, or it's like if you're sitting here and you've got a problem, you might be sitting there squirming, or go to the loo, or go out and have a fag and just run away. You know, we tend to run away from them. And I don't know about you, but what I don't like, and this doesn't happen very often nowadays, occasionally it still does, because I'm not perfect, none of us are perfect, but what I really don't like is when someone can look at me, or they can say something to me, and I feel bad. I feel angry, or I get upset. Because that means that everything out there has got power over me and more control than I've got over myself. And that makes me even worse, because it's like, hang on a minute, how can they say something to me that makes me feel absolute shit? How, you know, I'm giving my power away when I allow that to happen. I'm giving control of my environment to someone else. And that makes me really cross when I do that. Which like I say, I don't do it as often nowadays, but I do it now and again. I think we all do. But it was when I discovered how to change me and how to deal with problems rather than running away from them. How I learned how to walk into my problems and then deal with them and change the way that I thought. I've changed the way that I think of my memories, which I'm going to go into more detail in a bit. And I learned how to change inside, because I also learned that it doesn't matter what anybody out there says to me, I can't control that. I can't control if you come up to me and tell me you think that I'm an old bag. I can't change that. But I can change whether I believe you or not. I can change whether I let you hurt me by saying that. You know, I can't control it if I'm out in a pub at night and somebody barges past me. You know, maybe it was an accident they barged past me. Maybe they did it on purpose, but for whatever reason, you know, a lot of the time our instant reaction is to thump, to fight, to mouth off, to go back. But actually, that's because we're reacting to the external instead of reacting and choosing how to react inside. You know, now if somebody says, and I get it quite a lot, because like my face is out there quite a lot with the work I do lots of videos and things, and I get people that say, oh, your videos are rubbish, you don't have the right lighting, you know, why don't you talk to the camera more, why don't you put more makeup on, why don't you wear nicer clothes? And it's like, hey, I'm me, if you don't like me, that's cool. It doesn't bother me now, because you know, the people that do resonate with who I am, they're the people that like me, they're the people I work with. The people who don't resonate with me are not the people that I work with, because I wouldn't like them as customers and they would hate working with me. I'd be totally wrong, I wouldn't help them. But that's only because I've learned how to do that on the inside instead of on the outside. And I think that's something that we all used to talk Something else that I learned is that most of your problems, they're actually created and designed from the inability of not dealing with your problems. So you create more problems because you don't know how to deal with problems. And that just, it's a bit like a volcano going off. You're piling all these problems on it, and you just, again, you run, screw it, you drink it, smoke it, you hit it, scream at it, whatever. Because you don't know how to deal with them. So let's go off, move a bit. And the other thing, you know, I've just spoken about my past and my family and everything. Most of our problems do come from what we've experienced in our life. They come from the past. You know, they can't come from the future because the future hasn't arrived. Our worries about the future can be there, but they can't come from the future. The problems don't come from this second. Because let me just ask everybody a question right this second. Right now, right this second, and I don't mean it in 1 second's time, I mean right this split second, do you need anything? This second, right, just 1 split second.
No.
Do you need money?